Well, yesterday we started the show with this disastrous news out of Italy, in which a far-right nationalist group with individuals within it, like Giorgia Meloni, who have neo-fascist roots and origins in their sort of political lives, are coming to power in Italy. And we also talked a little more broadly about the origins and the catalysts for this rightward shift in Italy. It shouldn't surprise us that in the 24 hours following the news of what's taking place in Italy, American right-wingers, who of course don't claim to be fascists or neo-fascists or anything of the sort, have rallied behind Giorgia Meloni, in some cases without even actually knowing what her name is. Marjorie Taylor-Greene referring to her as Giorgio. Maybe she thinks it's a man. I don't really know, but we'll get to that in a moment. And saying that this is a great thing, that there is the rise of the right in Europe, which is not altogether wrong. In fact, we talked about that yesterday, but also pretending as though Giorgia Meloni and her party are just kind of mainstream individuals rather than the extreme rightists that they are. So let's take a look at a couple of clips. First, here is Charlie Kirk on the Charlie Kirk Show saying, this isn't fascism, Giorgia Meloni and her ideology. This is middle of the road common sense. Take a listen.
Here, of course, on the American media is Giorgia Meloni being called a fascist on MSNBC. They're all for democracy until somebody who they don't like wins, and then they call.
Well, there's two different things here, right? You can be a fascist who won through democratic means. Now, she's not literally a fascist, but she was a member when she was younger of the Youth Front. That's a neo-fascist. It's the youth wing of a neo-fascist political party called the Italian Social Movement. It's not a question of opinion. It's what it is.
That person, Mussolini, play cut 35.
So the victory of a party that has its roots in Italian fascism.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. The Brothers of Italy, it's called, Giorgia Meloni's party, is concerning to everybody. It accompanies, as you said, this move in Europe. Who could think that in Sweden, a party with right-wing neo-fascist roots would now be dominant in parliament?
It's sweeping all across Europe, and they can't figure out why. It's not fascist. It's common sense. It's normal. It's middle of the road. It's about things that are eternally important. Not about gender theory, postmodernist constructs, squashing the imperialist, colonialist history. No. This is about things that transcend all of that.
And this is a perfect example of exactly how these parties become popular. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about exactly this. This is what they do. This is the type of stuff that they say. Oh, these are about the real issues. You've got to be afraid of immigrants from other countries. We've got to stop the gender stuff. By saying that this is normal, he is proving exactly the point we made yesterday.
The American political scene is going through the exact same thing now. In fact,
know.
You see the globalists.
The globalists. The globalists. There it is.
The Uniparty, they have to do everything they possibly can to try and thwart this movement.
Now, we're going to get back to that in a moment, but it was not just Charlie Kirk. Marjorie Taylor-Greene tweeting congratulations to Giorgia Meloni and to the people of Italy. Of course, just another one of Marjorie Taylor-Greene's typos as usual. And radical and repugnant Republican Congresswoman Lauren Bobert tweeted, quote, "This month, Sweden voted for a right-wing government. Now, Italy voted for a strong right-wing government." She has to acknowledge that in Italy, it's even further right, but she can't use the term neo-fascist. The entire world is beginning to understand that the woke left does nothing but destroy. November 8 is coming soon, and the USA will fix our House and Senate. Let freedom reign. This is a hard right ideology that dabbles into neo-fascism. Now, in the last 24 hours, there have been many enlightened centrists and others who have come out of the woodwork and said, it's not really fascism. Giorgia Meloni, it's the Brothers of Italy. It's not really fascism. No, but it has its origins in fascism. Meloni joined the Youth Front, which is the youth wing of the Neo-Fascist political party, the Italian Social Movement, MSI, in 1992. They've taken these extreme nationalist positions, hardline against immigration, put out the Italian Navy to patrol the water and block migrants from arriving by sea. Vox has written that Meloni's victory will roll back minority rights, including the rights of women, LGBTQ people, and migrants. It's the typical hard right package. The Brothers of Italy use the insignia and the slogan God, Country, Family, which is an echo to its fascist predecessors. She's against abortion. She's against same-sex marriage. She's against same-sex parenting. She's against multiculturalism. In May of 2020, she praised Giorgio Almirante, who's the co-founder of the Italian Social Movement, which is that group, that neo-fascist group I told you about. Almirante was a Nazi collaborator and editor-in-chief of an anti-Semitic and racist magazine, which published something called the Manifesto of Race. There's a lot of this stuff. Meloni has praised the Italian dictator Mussolini as a, quote, good politician, the best of the last 50 years. That was in a French newscast in 1996. So this stuff is not just being made up out of thin air. This is the reality. And what's happening is a sort of rewriting of history. Some people don't really know that much about Italian fascism. Others are easily convinced that this has nothing to do with it. But the roots of this movement are Italian fascism. That's the reality. And so certainly you can make the case she is not a fascist per se, and I'm with you. But this is a hard right group with its origins in terms of the individuals that make it up in neo-fascism and even worse. And it shouldn't shock us even for a second that the right-wingers are jumping to defend it, because they've openly romanticized these types of movements during the Trump era. The science tells us that one of the best ways to get consistent deep sleep is lowering your core body temperature. When your body stays cooler at night, you're more comfortable and your sleep is better. Our sponsor, Sleep Me, is the home of Chili Sleep, the customizable, climate-controlled sleep solutions that can improve your sleep by keeping you cooler at night. There are 3 different Chili Sleep systems. There's the Uller, the Cube, and the new Dock Pro with double the cooling power. All 3 systems are water-based, temperature-controlled mattress toppers that fit over your existing mattress to provide you with your ideal sleep temperature. You can go as cool as 55 degrees. You can go really hot if you want. I keep mine at 60, beautiful temperature for me. Don't wake up hot and sweaty. Chili Sleep keeps me asleep all night. It feels great. I didn't know it was possible to love sleeping even more than I already did. Go to sleep.me/Pacman to learn more and get 25% off your new Chili Sleep system. Click the link below to start staying cool at night.